As you can clearly feel, just a little farther from home than when I started. Seems a simple task. One might even ask why I spend my mornings doing it. I know I did at the beginning of the semester. But no matter how many times I was told, it's your time to reflect, I knew that the answer I was looking for, my answer, was buried deep inside myself, a place I was sure I'd never been to before. It wasn't only when I sat in that field every morning that I understood the reflection that they told me about. It was also in unexpected moments, like when I walked on a blanket of white amongst girls I barely knew, or when I later walked in what Adrian Rich would call a leaf mold paradise with the same group, who I later came to know as well as sisters. Once I found this reflective place deep inside myself, the solo field wasn't the only place I had reflection. I now carry it with me everywhere. It comes naturally and unexpected. Living in such a small, tight-knit community has allowed me to thoroughly observe my own actions, the actions of my community, and the actions that stretch even further out into the world. Through this, I've learned to feel small. I've sat under the stars at night, looking up at such a wide expanse, it is utterly impossible for me to understand its greatness. I felt like a child, cupped in the palms of my father's hands. I don't understand the vastness of our great world, or how I've come to be here, but I know at some point I will leave, just as I have come, and with my leaving, the world will see all that I have offered it, and all that I have given it. I am just a child, like the rest of you, innocent of the truth of the world, and anxious for answers. As I was writing this, I started to think, Risa, don't be ridiculous. Everyone isn't a child. We all grow up eventually. For goodness sake, government even put in a law that says at age 18, you become an adult. Before I went along with the law, I switched my tab over to dictionary.com to look up the meaning of child. It read, a person between birth and full growth. I suppose then that I will never not be a child, and I hope none of you will either, because I believe the world with optimism and open-mindedness will continue to grow, instead of reach a maximum potential. And this is the world that I want to live in. Sometimes this smallness can make me feel insignificant to the world, till I remember that every great leader and writer was also once a child, whether they still consider themselves one or not. They didn't allow being one human among the whole world to hold them back. Each one of them pursued their passion. Passion, a word that has become a part of my everyday life after coming to CSG. When I look at my hands now, I not only know that the passion I have to make a difference in the world will allow them to create and discover, but I know where that passion lies and the values that come with it. I now not just have a compelling need to do good, but I feel capable, like I can, and I know I will. I have learned the honest meaning of challenge, and when and how I should choose to challenge myself. At the very beginning of the semester, we wrote a letter to challenge, speaking in it of how we had faced challenge, how we are currently facing it, and how we wanted to face it in the future. I am now living the future I spoke of 15 weeks ago. Over these many weeks, I've learned to set reachable but challenging goals. Through challenging myself, I have learned to strive for learning instead of for a grade, and I strive every day to make work that I am proud of and to put full focus and passion into each project I create. From this, I know I have grown greatly. Despite being raised to be independent and free-willed, living away from the home I have always known, and having to create a new home and family dynamic has tested this independence. And I have allowed this experience to strengthen me. Through this strengthening, I have come to see the truth in the wise words of Trevor Hall. He said, "Mama, I have done you wrong. I've been away for way too long." I listened to the song over and over, feeling some connection to it, but not knowing what it was. Its name was The Return. But at the time I was listening to it, I wasn't returning home. As I reflected a little later on his words, I realized, to me, being away for too long didn't mean physically far away, but instead, when I was at home, I wasn't appreciating and being truly present with my family. The lack of my physical being at home has actually brought me closer to my home at heart. I have seen how every time I become overwhelmingly stressed, I immediately have the urge to call home. And I have seen how this action always creates warmth inside me. I only need the soft sound of my mother's voice, assuring me that it will be okay, telling me that she knows I am trying my hardest, and that is all she expects of me. These words are all I need to carry me through each day. I have come to appreciate how I was raised and the opportunities my life has provided me with. My family in particular has given me open arms and provided me with resources to grow and explore the world around me, while at the same time not exposing me too fast, letting me see the best in the world for the worst. This has allowed me to find a strong sense of self before I even left home. Then, when entering the CSG community, I was allowed openly to see that same sense of self in a home away from home. My sense of self encaptures so much of what I've learned at CSG. Most importantly, though, the values I have learned from this experience are packed up in my bag that I will return home with. Home. The word strikes me now. I will always consider where my family stays to be my home. But I have made family with the girls, the stand-in mamas, and each of the teachers at CSG. At this home, I am able to laugh and run around like a maniac with silver-covered hands, screaming with my sisters. And these same girls, I am able to sit up late at night and talk about the future and what we want to make of our lives. I am so grateful for the little yellow farmhouse at the end of Wolfseck Road that I have come to call my home. I will always look back on the memories we have made there, and I will never forget all the love I received and gave. I look forward to using the resources and skills Coastal Studies for Girls has given me to extend this love to all the corners of the earth and to continue adding to my family of sisters.
Hi, so I'm Risa Fox, and before joining the Coastal Studies for Girls community, I came from Unity, Maine, and I've enjoyed every moment, as you've heard, that I've been at CSG. And I think the most important thing is that I know I'll be taking with me everything that I've learned. So I wanted to share some of the amazing things that I have learned and that I will be taking home with me from CSG. I've learned hope, laughter, and I've gained 13 amazing sisters. Annalisa, Colleen, Jasmine, Emma, Kate, Maeve, Faith, Amelia, Emily, Anna, Bella, Catherine, and CJ. I have gained confidence, passion, and direction, a stronger faith, a love for poetry, and patience, my love for reading, and a new meaning for home. Honesty, Vanessa's communication model, so many names of new authors and books to read, a want for return, smiles, memories, and inspiration. Thank you.